Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is 3 Buck Reviews, and this is my spoiler-filled review of Shazam. If you haven't seen it yet, don't watch this. If you want to see my spoiler-free review, link for that will be in the video description or possibly over on the sidebar over here. I'm not too sure. Depends on how lazy I get in regards to, tagging my own content. But that being said, Shazam is a movie I've been waiting for quite some time. When they first announced it, I was unsure, to be honest with you. I was unsure about the movie because I'm like, really? Okay, they're going into oddball territory. Okay, cool. I'm not a big DC reader outside of the main guys, so I don't know a lot about Shazam. But Zachary Levi, he brought it. Zachary Levi did a fantastic job. I was really surprised that they cast him, but it felt like it was kind of a version of Chuck, or at least the version of Chuck that I've grown to love over the span of 5 seasons of that show. And he finally gets the chance to just do goofball comedy, which is ultimately something that I think people wanted from him. After they killed off his character in Thor: The Dark World at the very beginning, it opened him up to come into this movie. And quite frankly, this is a franchise builder. This movie should kick off a multitude of sequels, definitely with Black Adam, definitely with a lot of the other elements of the wizard side, of the magic side of the DCEU, which is clearly what they're pulling from here. But damn if the movie was not just fun from start to finish. So obviously we deal with the story of Thaddeus Sivana when he is a child. He gets summoned by the wizard to become the champion, and he is completely talked down to by his brother and his father. I mean, the movie opens with them just, completely treating this kid like crap. So he goes into the wizard's cave, into the Council of Wizards, and gets tempted by the 7 deadly sins. And of course gets told, you are not worthy. But then the sins basically go, find us. And I thought that was really cool that they summoned him, that they sensed what was in his soul. So he spent the next 45 years, 40 some odd years, trying to find these 7 sins. And how he tracked them was great. He tracks them by finding other people that the wizard had summoned and then collecting their interviews as a way to unlock the portal to go back. And I thought that was really cool. I thought that was really fascinating. I super enjoyed how they did that. But then of course you get the story of Billy Batson, who, is meant to be this pure of heart guy, but they don't really portray him as pure of heart. He is pure of heart, but ultimately, it starts off with him tricking cops into going into a pawn shop, trying to, get access to their police computer to track down who his mother is, which I thought was interesting because in the trailer, I assumed he was just going to be robbing the cop car. He gets busted ultimately when it turns out that's not his mom, and goes into the foster home where he gets to meet all the other kids, and all the kids are great. All the kids, little Darla, little Darla's amazing. I loved her in the movie. That girl stole every scene she was in. Super, super cute. My friend Lewis from Nuke the Fridge had said this was the most diverse superhero movie he had seen. And you know what? He's not kidding you. He's not kidding you at all. You've got people you have from all races in this household. And they all work in harmony. They all live together and they all want to be one big family. And that works out really, really, really well. Then of course, Billy, is still kind of being a dick. Ends up stealing one of the bullets that bounced off of Superman. That was one of the prized possessions of his brother, foster brother. And then, of course, ends up beating up those kids as we've seen in the trailer, goes and then becomes the champion. And then from there, when trying to figure out precisely how to, what they can do in terms of power, they go through the training montage. We saw that in the trailer. I think I said this in the spoiler-free review. A lot of what you saw in the trailer made it into the movie. A lot of the key moments. Again, Warner Brothers in marketing. Don't overwatch the previews. I can't stress that enough. If you want to see a Warner Brothers movie, just go see it. Don't wait. Don't watch the marketing, because they always show you way too much. But they also didn't show you everything. Kind of like Aquaman. There was a lot that they showed you, but not everything. They showed you a lot more of the cool stuff than the non-cool stuff. What I really enjoyed was when they find out the whole bullet immunity thing, and they, beat up the guys, and he gets shot in the face a few times. That was pretty funny. And then he takes the beer. We see that in the trailer where he takes a case of beer, and they both pop off the top and they clink glasses, and then they go and they take a swig of beer, and then they spit it out. And then they go and they get jerky and Skittles and all the other things that a 14-year-old would drink or would eat. And I thought that was great that they're like, yeah, we're men, and then they go, oh, that tastes like literal vomit, and they go and they get candy. That was pretty funny. And then, of course, the Captain Sparkle Fingers line. What I thought was great was when they, right before that scene, when he stops him mugging in the park, he doesn't know how to control his powers yet. And a woman there gives him $73 as a way to make him go away. Like, this never happened. Basically, he mugged her, sort of thing. And that was kind of even a weird thing, too, after that, was like when it shows the montage of them, like, learning all the powers. They go and they basically rip off an ATM. Like, keep in mind, this kid is pure of heart, but he ripped off an ATM and they use it to buy a big screen TV and to buy Xboxes and video games, or playing Mortal Kombat 11, like Mortal Kombat 10 or Mortal Kombat 11 in the movie. And I'm like, wait, like, they're stealing shit. Like, they're legitimately taking money that doesn't belong to them and they're buying all these things. How is that pure of heart? Because it's like, greed, essentially, is what it felt like. And that was a big thing. So that's kind of an odd plot point in the movie. But then we get more about Sivana, and Sivana gets the powers, and he goes to his father's boardroom and ends up like having one of the demons throw his brother through. No, he throws his brother through a window. It then has the demons come out, the 7 deadly sins, and then just murder everyone in the room. And the way they shoot it was great, because they're like this like fog glass window from the boardroom to the security guard's room, and the security guard is watching. He's watching as like everyone's being killed, and it's like this really creepy scene. So much so, kids in my auditorium, they had to leave a couple times, because if the 7 deadly sins were scary as hell, the CG on them was great, and they were legitimately threatening and terrifying. Like, it was cool how they did that. My only big problem with it, though, in that regard, was like at the end of the movie when Sivana is trying to take the powers from Shazam, they end up turning all the other kids into the other Wizards Council, which were all like, I think, were they Greek gods? No, Zeus is Greek, wasn't he? Yeah, wasn't Greeks? Yeah, the Romans stole from the Greeks, right? Anyway, you had like Athena and Mercury and everything else, and they all become, the heroes, and then they fight the demons. And I thought that was kind of funny, but then also kind of dumb. Like, I actually, like, I get it. The parts of it that I liked were good, but then it went on, I felt a little bit too long. And they were trying to give everyone a scene, which I get that. I thought that was pretty cool. But I did kind of feel that at the end of it, I'm like, okay, I'm not here to watch them. I'm here to watch Shazam. I mean, but maybe if we would have gotten more time with the character, it would have been a little bit better. Maybe in the sequel, we probably will. Because at the end of the day, now Shazam kind of has his army, which is pretty dope. Again, that was probably my only real complaint, is I just felt like that went on a bit too long. And but it was earned. It was definitely earned. Like, the group all got together. There was a great little bit when they're trying to get out of the Wizards Council, and they end up going to the first place that Shazam can teleport them to, which is a strip club, which is pretty funny. And then Rodrigo, the one other kid that's in the group, he comes out, he goes like, that's not for me. So like, oh, you have a gay guy there. He's gay. And you did it in a way that's subtle, that's not going to be in your face, which is not going to piss off middle America, which is fantastic. But then, of course, the one kid comes out, and he's got glitter on his face, and the girl's like, cool, can we get glitter too? Like, Darla's like, can we get glitter too? And I was like, oh, shit. Like, I thought that was really funny, because like Darla's cute as a button, and she doesn't get it. And, and like Mary, the older sister's all like, what are you doing? Like, let's get out of here. And again, total adventures in babysitting is what it felt like. And then at the end of it, they defeat everybody. They defeat all the bad guys. They pull out the thing from Sivana's eye, put it back, and all goes back to normal. The world is now saved, and Sivana's in jail, which case he meets a talking silkworm. And I don't know what that is. I don't know what the silkworm is. Someone will probably tell me in the credits. That was one of the end credit stuff. And I thought that was pretty good. So that was kind of like, then they had a Superman cameo at the end, which was just like someone in like a Superman costume, not Henry Cavill. It should have been Henry Cavill. It's so dumb that it wasn't Henry Cavill, but at least they tied it into the world. They tied it into Superman. They tied it into Batman. Like, the one kid's wearing Aquaman t-shirts the entire time. At one point, like in the other end credit sequence, they're talking about like the Shazam's trying to talk to fish, and like tricks him like he's talking to fish. And then it's like the stupidest thing ever. Like, who would ever, what power would that be? What would it mean to talk to fish? And then the kid's like, if you could command like the biggest army in the sea, like, and he's like, oh yeah, that would be kind of cool. So they make fun of Aquaman's ability to talk to fish, and then go, oh, right. That would be pretty dope. So again, at the end of the day, man, it was solid movie. I really liked it. That and Aquaman are two solid wins, in my opinion. Wonder Woman was a great movie 2 years ago. Justice League, but DC is really hitting their stride. They're going for more funny. They're doing this kind of stuff, and I feel like this is the direction they should go. It's going to work out really well. I'm hoping positive word of mouth will bring people to see this movie. I really, really enjoyed it. I really want to see it again. I can't wait to own it on DVD or Blu-ray when it comes out, because it's just another fun addition. This movie is better than Captain Marvel by a goddamn mile. And I fully recommend you go see it when it drops on April 5th. Anyway, leave your comments below. I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day, and peace out.